Hey now, Deadheads. We have the very last of our reviews for today of the Grateful Dead 60th anniversary 2025 Enjoying the Ride box set, and we've ended here in 1980 with a bit of 1981 in a beautiful place called Alpine Valley, Wisconsin. We have 8/23/80 and a bit of the second set from 7/11/81. Both from the very large hill at Alpine Valley. Beautiful spot, saw fish there. Never been able to see the Grateful Dead there, though, in any capacity or form, or Dead and Company, that is to say. But we have a great little bit of Dead music here from 1980. So, just kind of getting into this, here's a little bit of the back shot there, too. We have Rock and Roll Opener, Alabama Getaway, Promised Land. So we're setting the stage. Brent is just in the band now, less than a year, about a year probably, a little more, I don't know. But we have a lot of Go to Heaven era happening here, which means it's more straight ahead. It is definitely much more straight ahead and much more rock focused and much more focused on just straight ahead playing and just straight ahead musicianship. And so what you're going to get is beautifully played stuff, but it's not going to be the most explosive or exploratory that they would get. This band is new and they're trying some different things, and you've got a great sound from Brent. It is not necessarily the later early 80s synthesizer bell type sound. It's more electric piano. It's more standardized. You've got some great little synthesizer swooshes and stuff from Brent. You've got focused Jerry singing well, playing well. You've got the band sounding good. Phil's still on his 4-string bass. So you got good Alabama Getaway, Promised Land opener. We're intending to rock because it's got to be probably a Saturday night. Then that's the vibe, that's the feel, that's the energy. You got Watery, Candyman happening next, so we're cooling it down a little bit. Always love Candyman, any era. It's always going to be good. Then we take Me and My Uncle Big River, which is keeping the energy high, keeping the shuffling feel, the tempo up. It's always good. I love the Tennessee Jet here too. It's swaggering, hit some big, just hit some big peaks with that Tennessee Jet. Better get back to Tennessee Jet. Hit some good peaks. I like this Lazy Lightning supplication a lot too. It was fast. Jerry is really playing some real fast stuff, trying as fast as he can do some jazzy kind of real fast runs. The Lazy Lightning's good. Like it hits some good spots. The run to end the disc, Lazy Lightning, Supplication, Altia, Music Never Stopped, I thought it was really good. It's really straightforward, good Grateful Dead stuff. High energy. We open the second disc, second set with much more song focused Dead here. We have Don't Ease Me In, which is great. It's great to hear that as like an opener. It's so different from any you'd ever hear. So again, it's very much Go to Heaven era Grateful Dead. If you've heard that weird one-off NASA release from 1980. I don't know if they even make a reference to it anymore. It's like Go to Nassau in 1980, where they're in New York City. It's kind of the same piece. We have the same stuff happening here. It's kind of threadbare. It's not as focused on dark primal psych energy. We're as far away from 1969 as we can get. We're as far away from 1974 as we can get. We aren't a 60s band. This is new. We are being something else. We're a rock band now. And so that's the frame. That's the frame mindset that they have here tonight and until later in the 80s. They kind of reincorporate it. But so we got Don't Ease Me In, and then a cool Lost Sailor, Scene of Circumstance. Pretty straightforward, pretty punchy. I love hearing Lost Sailor. Um, these two discs here are going to be a tale of two He's Gone, essentially. One, the He's Gone that happens here on this night from 1980 is good. The jam that happens after He's Gone on this disc is where it's kind of all at, and they really do a little bit of exploration and stretching out. Um, you get a pretty good little bit of exploration that happens after the He's Gone. That leads us into more of an analog-y drums in space, more of the early 80s. You have Rhythm Devils thing happening. Space is more contained. It's probably not even very long either. The space is like 4 minutes, so they don't really go too far out there because it's Saturday night. It's rock music. It's not LSD tripping time. I mean, you still are, but this is the point. We have a great shuffling into Wharf Rat. You have a pretty standard post space setup here. Wharf Rat around and around into Good Lovin', and then one more Saturday Night, which kind of just so the energy is high. It hits peaks. It's kind of threadbare. It's kind of straightforward, solid, Grateful Dead. They give us a bit of the second set from 7/11/81 here for a third disc. The again, we start off with Lost Sailor Saint. So immediately we hear it's a year later, and they're a lot different sound. Not necessarily cosmically a lot different, but the sound here is much more. They are much more comfortable with each other, and they're much more solid in 1981. So they're starting to stretch out. Now they've got these parts down a little bit, and they're much more confident. In 1980, I felt like they were. It's a rebuilding year. If they're a baseball team, they've got a new player and they're doing a rebuilding thing. They got new material. They had a different mindset. Here, the mindset is still the same, but they're working themselves into the classic 80s Brent band. And so you hear that in full effect in 1981 here in July. So you got Sailor Saint. That couplet is good. We're starting to explore the middle part from Sailor Saint Circumstance. The transition. We're starting to get a little bit deeper into the jam part of Saint of Circumstance with some psych energy. We've got Ship of Fools comes next. So Jerry's just singing a nice little ballad, cooling things down. Great solo from Jerry on there. So now we have He's Gone into Truckin', and so here's the tale of two He's Gone. This one is the jam has much more of the other one psych energy that happens after the He's Gone, after the verses, and ooh, nothing's gonna bring him back. We got a lot more of that psych energy, which leads us shuffling into Truckin'. The sex change thing with Truckin'. Bobby's doing his thing. They're really hitting hard here, and the jam after the last verse in Truckin' leads us into dun 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 dun. So we know we're going into the other one. They've got the triplet thing set up, and it kind of just carries on through from drums. So we're still doing Rhythm Devils drums. It's pretty weighty trucking into drums. Space is clearly setting up other one, and it's about 5 minutes of space, and then we have a very short other one, which is literally just the two verses, and it is turning the other one into a rock song. Not unlike Good Lovin' or anything else. So that's the mindset of the Dead at this point in time. It's not like the tape cuts off. They've cut themselves off. They just are using that as a 1-2 punch to get you from one place to another. Truckin's got a good little bit of jamming after the verses. So the other one kind of cuts off, and I did take a look and see where they went next because the tape cuts off. They go into Stella Blue, so it isn't as if they're cutting off a big exploratory other one here. If you have this set, you're just getting them cutting that down into just a rock song, and so just kind of keeping the energy going. Psych Energy's hot, so again, this here wouldn't ever top anybody's list as must hear Grateful Dead. It does top the list of like that's where they're at in 1980, 1981, the rebuilding moment. Where they're at. It's as good as that stuff from that era gets. So can't fault it at all. I don't know if you're going to be running to put it on a lot. I think the 71181 is probably where you're going to go if you're going to do that. I love the two versions of He's Gone, which kind of just shows you a little bit of a comparison from where they're starting in 1980 and then where they were at in 1981. Fascinating little comparison blip there. So I think it's great. I don't know if it's going to be a part of the regular rotations or not, but Alpine Valley is a cool place and cool to hear the Dead at Alpine Valley in 1980 and 1981. So, and this is also great. I think this is really awesome. So you get a nice little blurb on the back too. But like, share, subscribe. Dr. Koba.